Today, we're mixing up the most delicious, chewy, and amazing chocolate chip cookies that you have ever had. So let's get mixing. Now for these chocolate chip cookies, you basically need about 2 little sets of ingredients. The first little set we're gonna put over here in this bowl, and this is gonna be your flour, it's gonna be your baking soda and your salt, okay? And then over here in our mixer, we're gonna be putting some sugar, some brown sugar, we got some eggs, and we've got some butter. And then also we got just a little bit of vanilla. So we're gonna come over here now and we're gonna start with all of our dry ingredients. We're gonna start with our flour, and I've got 2 1/4 cups of flour. And you can tell I have my ingredients today in these little baggies, and that's because I have several things I'm filming and I went ahead and prepared. And y'all, that's a great thing to also do for like the holidays. You can do that ahead of time. And I have a video that'll come out that will give you some more ideas like that. Now, along with this flour, we're gonna go ahead and put in here our baking soda. And then after the baking soda, we're gonna put in salt. Now, the recipe, a lot of recipes will call for about a whole teaspoon of salt, and I don't do quite that much. I just do about half of a teaspoon of salt. I don't like it to be too salty, but you do wanna have enough flavor. And now once you've got that in, all you do is you're gonna stir this up and set it aside. I'm gonna start with putting our butter in, and y'all, I'm gonna be using my big KitchenAid mixer today. And if you do not have one of these, you need to go get one. If you like to bake cookies or anything, if you just like to cook, because I never had one of these until Jay got me one of these a few years back. And y'all, it's fantastic. Let me get this butter off of here. Hang on. Come on. Come on, butter. There we go. Now I'm going to put in the brown sugar. And this was, I think, 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And then also 3/4 cup of regular, just white sugar. So I'm going to put all this in here. Now we're going to raise up our bowl and we're going to get mixing. We want to add in 2 eggs. We're going to do one at a time, and it does make a difference if you will just take that egg and put it in a little bowl and then whisk it up real good before you put it there into your cookie mixture. Here we go. We're going to add in 1 egg. Now we've got some vanilla, and I put in a little more vanilla than a lot of people. I'm gonna put, this is 1 teaspoon. I actually put I put 2 teaspoons of vanilla in. Let's give that a quick mix. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take scoops of our flour mixture. We're gonna be putting that over here into our wet ingredients and get everything mixed up really well. Now we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna lower the bowl, and y'all, we're gonna put our chocolate chips in. And this is what I do different. This recipe that we're using, this is actually the basic, Toll House and Nestle's recipe, which is wonderful. I just kind of change up a little bit of the measurements. And when it comes to these chocolate chips, I like to put in 2 full bags. So here we go with our first bag. And we're just gonna pour this in and then mix it up, and then we're gonna put in our second one. Okay, so now we have the second bag of chips in. And it looks like we are mixed together pretty well, so let's check it out. Oh, and be sure that you have your oven preheated to 375. Looky here, y'all, this looks so good. Now let's get these ready for the oven. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do first, let me see if I can get this off. Hang on a second here. There we go. I think what I'm gonna do first, instead of going ahead and getting these all ready for the oven, I'm gonna put this actually in the refrigerator for about 20 or 30 minutes and let this get a little bit colder, because we wanna make sure that our cookies don't go flat. And that's one of the things that can happen is if your cookie dough is too warm, like after you've mixed it, it's warmer now. And so that's one of the reasons that your cookies might be going flat if they are or not. And so I'm gonna put this in the fridge, and I'll see y'all in just a few minutes. So we're out of the fridge, and this is nice and cold, and I have decided to use, normally I don't use one of these little scoopers, but I had gotten these, I forgot why. I think Jay and I were on a keto diet for a while, and I had gotten this to use for something, and I got 2 of them, but I think that that one's gonna be too big. because I don't want these cookies huge. I want people to be able to get the cookie and probably eat them in just a couple of bites. And so I'll use this smaller scoop here. And if it has a measurement on it, I'll tell you what it is. But I'm using gloves today. You don't have to use gloves. My hands were clean, but Jay's going to be taking these cookies out to the ranch. They're heading out for a big hunt. And so I just thought, you know what, it might be nicer if I was to put some gloves on. So I'm going to roll these up. I'm going to smush them just a little bit. Okay. And then see how this does. And I'll get this whole sheet done right here. I'm using this red cookie sheet because it's a pretty cookie sheet. I like things to be pretty, but I'm probably going to put a lot of them on this older cookie sheet I have. That thing is not pretty, but it does great for making cookies. Okay, and you probably have a cookie sheet or two like that where it's just not real pretty, but yet it does a fantastic job. Okay, here we are, and we are ready to go into the oven. It's on 375, and I'm just going to time these for about 8 minutes. I don't think that's going to be quite long enough, but we're going to keep a very close eye on these. So if you're making these for the holidays, for chocolate chip cookies, there's not a whole lot you really need to do to them. But I went ahead and put just a little bit of bling on them. You can use this for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. It just gives a little extra sparkle to those chocolate chip cookies. So now let's taste them. Now we're going to give these a taste and see what we think. Y'all, these are so good. You have to make them. You have to go to the store, get your stuff. You have to make them. Take a picture of them, send them to me. Let me know what you think. Y'all, these are so good. They are so moist. They are chewy, and they're just fantastic. I just love them. So be sure and check out that next video that's popping up. I'll see you over there in a few minutes. Bye-bye.